fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first in the red corner, the American heavyweight champion at 234 pounds from England, gentleman Chris Adams. His opponent in the blue corner, 227 pounds from Knoxville, Tennessee, Tim Horner.
The introduction, and as you see from the Lightning's logo on the boots, he likes to be referred to as the Wrestling Flash from Knoxville, Tennessee, Tim Horner, against the American heavyweight champion from England, gentleman Chris Adams. A non-title match, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Ron West calls for the bell. Bill Watts is ready.
Chris Adams, the American champion of world-class wrestling, a man who has really caused the Von Erichs a lot of problems. He used to be one of their closest friends, but he decided that they were in his way to gain what he felt was rightfully his, and he now holds the American championship. Collar and elbow tie-up, Tim Horner and Chris Adams. Chris Adams' brother, by the way, a medalist in the Olympics in judo from England. So Chris is well-versed in the martial arts as well as the wrestling, and he's offering to shake hands with Tim Horner. And, of course, the people wisely warning Tim not to be duped by his seeming sportsmanship, because, as the Von Erichs have found, Chris Adams only has sportsmanship when it serves his best interest. But he's so lightning quick. But so is Tim Horner. You saw some moves in combination there, Boyd Pierce, that defy you to stay up with him on a play-by-play analysis as these men traded technique maneuvers.
Bill, I'm sure gentleman Chris Adams is surprised by those swift actions also. I don't think he was looking for that in Tim Horner, but we have seen him in action many times.
Well, certainly Chris Adams' forte is his speed and quickness, so I think you're right. He'd much rather be against somebody big and slow. But that move right there shows you that Chris Adams has got a lot in his repertoire. A lot of skill, a lot of technique, a lot of ability, and he can put it all together. And now he shows that streak that he attacks when the man's injured, that thing that every vicious type individual must have, that shark's ability to go after the man, to smell the kill, to put in the coup de grace when he has his man on the ropes. You don't play with him because you don't get paid by the hour out there. What a clothesline. Ronnie West right in there on top of the action. I think he's one of the finest referees in wrestling today as he's calling him 1-2. Tim Horner's out. Tim Horner, tremendous competitor. Reverse chin lock. Ronnie West right down on top of it to check, make sure he's not choking. Fine line between a choke hold and a sleeper hold. We've still got the Rock and Roll Express coming up. Tim Horner powering out into a top wrist lock, but quickly as Ronnie West gets out of position, Chris Adams uses that hair and yanks Tim Horner back to the mat and regains his hold. But you see how cunning these men are at seeing from their peripheral vision when the referee is out of position and taking advantage of it. And I want to tell you, that doesn't make that official less than official. It just shows you that he's against people that are used to entrapping their opponents and used to watching the position of everybody in that ring and turning it to their own advantage. Listen to the crowd chanting, "Go Tim, go! Go Tim, go!" Again, even from our position on the monitor, we couldn't see whether Chris Adams went to the hair or not, but the way Tim Horner went down, I'm sure he was using it. And Ronnie West, you can hear him right on the Mid-South camera, the handheld camera right at ringside. You could hear him questioning Chris Adams, but of course, Chris would never admit it, and Ronnie can only break what he sees. Timmy Horner trying to power out. Chris Adams quickly driving him into that turnbuckle. Looks like he's got him up for a shoulder breaker. Now a waist lock. I don't know what he's going to do. Oh, a pile driver. A vicious pile driver. A pile driver out of that. And now he knows that he has Tim Horner completely addled. That was a vicious, vicious move. He could take his time and stalk him like a cat, but he went. Oh, I love it when a guy like him, a pompousness and the overconfidence. And his prey is now out, and he's on the hunt. Timmy Horner's on the hunt. Chris Adams with a foot sweep.
Well, he's confident and cocky. You'll have to give him credit for that. He is the champion.
Oh, there's that vicious kick. That patented kick right to the jaw of Tim Horner. And Tim Horner's on Dream Street. Chris Adams shows just why he is the American champion.
Of course, that is, in fact, the great Kabuki, managed by the millionaire playboy Gary Hart.
I hope Roddy Piper and Bob Armstrong are wrestling or watching this, okay?
Well, I feel reasonably sure that they are. And seeing Mr. Hart, you heard Mr. Piper say earlier, of course, that the appearance here on Georgia Championship Wrestling of one Kerry Von Erich is going to create some problems for Mr. Hart, and that's understandable. Gary Hart now with the great Kabuki, and this is one of the most unusual and perhaps one of the most awe-inspiring competitors in professional wrestling today. There is an aura of mystery about this man, particularly the strange green fog that he emits from his mouth. He is in his full outfit at this time. He is an expert with the kendo stick, I might add. A very, very dangerous opponent. He is well versed in all forms of the martial arts and has been devastating on every opponent that he's gone against thus far. Roddy Piper has joined me once again, and of course I can't help but feel that in this particular case, obviously from past performances, that you are obviously very much in sympathy with the Kabuki Hart situation.
Well, absolutely. And I would like to bring to light just one small thing. You know, that's part of my job here is I'm trying to let the people know the little things that they won't realize. And you know, oh, look at that. There's one of the big things they didn't realize.
There's that strange green fog again in Kabuki, literally exploding on Ken Timms, and Timms has had virtually no opportunity to get moving at all as Kabuki moved on him like a typhoon.
Is that absolutely a work of art? Is that not the finest thing you've ever seen? Look at that. Right from the beginning, a non-thoughtless attack, non-mindless. What he is doing is he has just been trained to go, go, go. He's not thinking. He is fighting for his life all the time. That's what makes him so great.
Kabuki, beautiful savate. And may I point out, of course, Kabuki, and I've done some research on this man, going for a nerve point now, going for one of the 26 more salient nerve points in the body. And he is, that outfit that he comes out in, I might point out, has been passed along throughout his family and dynasty for over 2 centuries.
One thing I would like to say, you can build every muscle in your body, your pectorials, your biceps, your triceps, your latissimus, but for some reason you cannot develop the muscle in the armpit. Isn't that strange?
Isn't that great to think of? Isn't only one man would think of something like that, and that's the great Gary Hart. Hey, isn't that? That's why he's got such a masterpiece in there. Look at him go.
There's no question about the fact that Kabuki is a human destruction machine. I would certainly have to give him all of the credit in the world in that field. And again, inflicting pain on Timms.
Do you want Kabuki to beat him now, or would you like to watch him a little longer? I can have him to do it just about any time I want to tell him that for now he can do it.
Just a touch longer. Just a touch longer, please.
You enjoy it, don't you?
Ken Timms taking matters in his own hands now and firing back on Kabuki. Has Kabuki... Ooh.
I don't know what you said, but it worked.
Kabuki now just walking along the rope. Crashes down.
Off with the foot.
It is all over. It is all over. And it is Kabuki continuing to punish Timms, and it is Gary Hart pulling Kabuki away. And it was amazing to watch this man, Kabuki. He appeared that he was going to go on the defense, and Hart again trying to control Kabuki. Watch this now, as Kabuki caught him driving the leg and the foot. Now he moves up on that second rope and moves along that second rope, balancing cat-like on the rope itself, and then suddenly crashing down on a hapless Ken Timms, and of course now mercifully putting those shoulders to the mat for the count of 3. Tomorrow night here at the Omni in Atlanta, it will be indeed Bob Armstrong against the great Kabuki. Gary Hart will be handcuffed to the top rope. Roddy Piper goes up against Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Let me say one thing. My attorney, Arnold Zigowitz, said, no longer can you borrow Gary Hart from the Omni. You can handcuff me, and you can talk about slapping my face, but when you look into the eyes of the boogeyman, Bob Armstrong, then you are going to know once and for all that you have met the devil, and he will destroy you tomorrow night in the Omni. Bob Armstrong, you talk about racehorses and thoroughbreds, that you are, but when it's over, you're going to be a Shetland pony, brother.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. May I just point out, too, of course, that tomorrow night at the Omni, it will be Dusty Rhodes and Terry Funk going up against Ole Anderson and Stan Hansen. A host of great matches. Tickets on sale at all seats locations. Now listen to this.
Lars Anderson, Farmer Boy Ipo. Ipo on the ropes. Anderson brings a heavy snap into the chest, but Ipo fights back. Side headlock applied and a fist to the head.
Lars Anderson, for all his strength, Steve, seems to be very quick to bleat.
Well, he's a very experienced wrestler, Barry, the same man, and also very cunning. We're going to take that into account. He's on top of his man, and he doesn't let up. There's no doubt about it. He just stays in there all the way.
Right.
Knee goes into the shoulder, and Ipo not getting off the canvas. Anderson moves back in again. Ipo's throwing a fist to the side of the head, and Anderson backs off into the corner. Headbutt by Ipo. Ipo's stalking Anderson. Anderson's not having all his own way in this match. Ipo on the ropes. Side headlock, and he brings a finger thrust into the throat of Ipo. The referee fouls to see it. Anderson resting on the blind side, but referee Jack Kendall catches him and warns Anderson. Anderson with the head of Ipo across the top rope. Knee into the side of the neck. And coming down with the knee to the chest.
Now, you certainly never accused Lars Anderson of resting up.
Oh, he just keeps in on top, pouring in all the way.
Yeah.
Everyone for Anderson, and Ipo retaliates. Headbutt, and Anderson goes down. Anderson backing off. Very, very cunning man, this Anderson. You never know what he's going to do.
What's he up to now? What is this man up to?
Hammerlock applied by Anderson. He locks the arm behind on the blind side of the referee again and throws a punch to this midriff. Come back with a flying kick and another one. Anderson down. Ipo in behind. Driving his fingers into the nerve centers at the side of the neck. Anderson punching away at the leg. Takes the leg out from underneath Ipo. Anderson control again. Stomps away at the left leg of Farmer Boy Ipo. The knee drop into the inside leg. Looking now, he's looking again for the figure four leg lock. Can he apply it? The very, very strong, thick legs of Ipo must be difficult for him, but he has the figure four applied. Yes, and the referee has awarded the fall. Ipo submits to the figure four leg lock. The winner of the match, Lars Anderson.